So not too long ago, somebody came to me and asked me a question. They asked me, why is it that you do what you do? What made you want to become a dog trainer? Why are you a dog trainer? And to start out with, I just gave them the easy answer that I could think of, because I love dogs. And don't we all? We all love dogs. But I couldn't help but think about this longer, because not every dog lover becomes a dog trainer. But I did. And the reason I became a dog trainer, I decided, is because I want to communicate with dogs. I want to talk to them. The answer that I came up with is I want to understand dogs. Okay? I want to communicate with them. And I want them to understand me.
Ready?
Who out here doesn't want their dogs to understand them? Seriously? Nobody. Everybody wants their dogs to understand them. And what I learned was, in order for an animal to understand me, in order for a dog to understand me, I have to make the effort to understand them. Okay? I have to observe their behavior. I have to watch them. So, when it comes to training, there are a few things that I found could get in the way. And I call these roadblocks. I'll stay with that. So roadblocks are things that can interfere with my ability to communicate with the animals. Okay? And it's almost always on my part. It can be labeling. I can label my dog and say, oh, he's being pushy. He's being dominant. He's being stubborn. Okay? These are all labels, and what they really do is they prevent me from making the effort to get to the heart of the problem, to find out why is it that my dog really doesn't want to communicate with me. So watch out for labels. I found a great fortune in my chocolate the other day. It said, labels are for, what did it say? It said, labels are for clothing, labels are for files, labels are not for people. And I really like that. I'm going to stick it on my sticky board. But same goes for the dogs. You know, labels interfere with your ability to make the effort to get to the heart of a problem. Okay? The other roadblock that I found I came across a lot was actions that I can do that interfere with my dog's trust in me. Okay? I believe for good communication to happen, there's got to be a trust. The dog's got to trust me. And things like acting out in anger, okay? Hitting a dog. You know, I would never want to do that because that interferes with my ability to communicate with him. He won't trust me. Okay? Another one is trickery. If I can absolutely avoid it, I will try not to trick a dog because they've learned they can't trust you. I wouldn't trust anybody who tricked me, would you? Okay, so now that we're aware of these roadblocks, let's start looking at what our dogs really look like. Okay, what does their body language look like? I want to take a step back from the dog that I'm working with and look at the whole picture. Look at the dog. Does he look nervous? Does he look stressed out? You know, is his tail tucked between his legs? Is he cowering and trying to hide? Or is he just totally infatuated with whatever is going on over there? Okay? So when I start to look at where my dog comes from, then I can start to understand him, understand where he's coming from. Because in order to understand, we must seek to understand in order to be understood. The next thing I can establish is now that I'm looking at my dog, what does he want right now? What does he want most in this world right now? Is it to go play? Is it food? Dogs love food. Is it, well, if I'm going on a walk, probably he wants to go on a walk. Walks are extremely rewarding in and of themselves. It's a chance for a dog to be a dog and do something that is part of his nature. He gets to explore new things, smell new smells, go and see new places that he hasn't seen before. Or maybe he has seen them before. Maybe you're just walking around the block, but it's still, he hasn't seen them in a while. You know, dogs, they have this great ability to see things for the first time, even though they saw it yesterday. You know, you go out for 20 minutes and you come back and your dog acts like he hasn't seen you for 6 months, right? So dogs are great that way. Everything is always new and exciting. So I'm looking at my dog. I've kind of decided what it is that he wants right now. I'm getting clues from this. He's looking at it. He's looking at the door. He's ready to go. What is it that I want? Okay. I didn't say what is it that I don't want my dog to do. Don't doesn't give me any new information. It's what do I want my dog to do? What do I need to happen? Okay. And of course, the fourth question you have to ask yourself is, how can we work together to both get what we want? Okay? That's the basis of reward-based training, is working together so that everybody wins. Training is not an us versus them sport. It's an all of us together sport. It's a collaborative effort. Okay? So for the purposes of this presentation, I thought about it and decided the behavior that I want to focus on is having a dog connect with me. Okay? Having a dog look at me, pay attention to me, focus on me. Because if he's focusing on me, we're communicating, and he's not being distracted by everything else in the environment. Okay? So that's what I'm going to reward when I see it. When I see a dog face me and make eye contact, that is my reward point. Okay? So I think now is a good time that I would love to work with somebody's dog. Does anybody have a dog that they're willing to volunteer? Yay! Excellent. Thank you very much. And what is your name? Josie. Josie. Nice to meet you, Josie. And this is Charlie. Okay. Excellent. So in volunteering Charlie, you voluntarily agreed to 3 things. Okay? You've agreed to forgive me if I say your dog's name wrong. You've agreed to forgive me if I call your dog a she on accident. Okay? Sorry about that. I don't think so. I think I wrote this whole thing for a male dog when I was writing this up. And the last thing that you get to forgive me for is if I refer to your dog as my dog. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I'm not taking him home. You can keep him. But, oh, I get to keep him. Okay. No. Excellent. So we can bring Charlie over here. Cool. I'll go ahead and take Charlie from you. Part Jack Russell and part Dachshund. Oh, interesting mix. Okay. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to start out with, generally speaking, before you attempt to walk, you want to be prepared. Have everything that you want ahead of time. Okay. Think out what you're going to do. Don't just tackle it. I like to have my treats ready. I like to have the leash. I think about what kind of leash I want to walk on. This is a great leash. This is like a 4 or 5 foot leash. Oh, we really like the grass, don't we? That's nice grass. Yeah. Okay. So I prepare myself that way I don't get caught unprepared. The other thing I can do is I manipulate the environment. I mean, granted, I can't manipulate every circumstance. Stuff is going to happen. But what I can do is I can choose the time of day that I go on a walk. If we're starting out, I'm going to pick a time of day where there's a lot less busy things going on. If it's garbage day and my dog is really upset by garbage trucks, I am going to pick a day that is not garbage day, or at least a later time. I can also choose a route. So if I take a familiar route to begin with, while we're starting out training, that's one less thing I have to think about because I know what's going to be there. You know, I know where to turn. I'm not going to get lost. I don't have to think about where I'm going as much. And I can focus more on the dog. Okay? Hi! I know I'm not doing a very good job of focusing on you at this moment. Let's start with that. Okay. You can if you like. Okay. So, Charlie already has a leash on. If Charlie didn't have a leash on, I would start by getting a leash on and getting him to focus on me. I don't know if anyone has one of those dogs that is just, you say the W-A-L-K word, and they go nuts, you know. Suddenly they're all over the place, up on the couch, on the window. It's just craziness. The way he's going to get what he wants, which is to go on a walk, is by getting what I want, which is calm eye contact. And I'm going to reward him for it. So we'll start out with that. Charlie. I know your mommy walked out. Come here. Actually, I'm going to have you come back in so he can see you. I don't want him to get too nervous. And go, where's my mommy? Oh, he's so much happier now. Okay. In fact, I can have you do this. Here, why don't you hang on to him? So what we'll start out with is, we'll come on over here to the door. We won't quite go through the door yet. We're going to start out by watching him and praising him for looking at you, for making eye contact. Oh, there we go. Good boy. Billy me's a good boy. Give me treats here. Give me treats. Okay. I mentioned that there's lots of rewards out there. Treats are really convenient to start dogs out and get them the right idea. Yeah, it's very fast and much more precise than the opportunity to explore. That's a much longer type of reward. Okay. So when he looks at you, let's try again.
Thank you.
Yay! Good boy. And again? Not so much? Okay.
How's everybody doing today?
That's alright. It's his choice to take the treat or not. He's the one that chooses what's rewarding. So what you're going to do is you're going to stand between him and the door. Okay? That way we're going to set your dog up for success and make it most likely that he'll look at you. If he has to choose between you and the door, I want to at least make it easy. Whereas if I'm behind him and the door is in front of him and he's got his nose planted right up against the door, he's probably not going to be able to pay attention to you as easily. The door's too loud. Okay? So, excellent. Good. Okay, go ahead and reach for the door. Door opens in. Oh, sorry, I know. Push the button down and pull up. There you go. Open the door. Whoop. Okay. I know. Hi.
Lucy, nice to meet you.
Oh, good. Look at that. So she made eye contact with me. Great. Oh, now we're disconnected. Yay! Good girl. Yeah, it says, oh, Mama's over there. And she's thinking about investigating, and that's okay. Just a little bit of just patience. Lucy. Yes, good girl. Okay, so we'll walk up. She's exited my space bubble. I'll just wait for her to... Lucy. Lucy. Good girl. Good job. And Emma's a good trainer because she had a treat. There we go. Okay. Yay! Good girl. I like Lucy. She's very excited. Good girl. Thank you. So this is okay. So this is very normal. The fact that we're just trying something new here, and she's learning the rules, so she's going to test them a little bit. But the more we do this, the more consistent and persistent I am, the faster she'll get this, and the better your walk will be. And soon she'll be wanting to stay inside your space bubble because that's the best place to be. That's where great stuff happens. That's how the walk continues. Okay? Thank you. Here's Lucy. Thank you so much. You're a good girl, Lucy. Okay, so when I started this presentation, I started out with a question that was asked of me. Why do I do what I do? Now, I don't know if all of you are going to devote your time to being dog trainers. Some of you might, but probably most of you are just going to devote your time to being dog lovers. Okay? So, my question that I want to leave you with is this. And I forgot my question. Well, how would your life be different if your dog and you could communicate on walks? If walks were amazing to go on? You know, would you spend more time with your dogs? Would you have a closer connection with your dogs? Would you take them out more? How would your life be different if both of you looked forward to going on a walk rather than just viewing it as a chore? Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm so glad you all came here today, and I hope you have a wonderful time and see all the wonderful booths today.